Hello YouTube, my name is Ben Ebig and I am here to talk to you about how to close sales for your online business. These are the strategies that I use when I am closing sales for my own online business, and I use these for both in person, for over the phone calls, and especially for Zoom meetings. And so these are all skills that I use. These are all techniques that I put into practice myself. And so trust me when I say that you can use these strategies for your business as well, or for the business that you are growing. And so leave a like, leave a comment with any sort of questions that you might have, and I will personally answer them in the comment section down below. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. So this is going to be a video on what to do once you have the interested prospect. If you're interested to know like how to acquire that interested prospect, or how to zero in on that interested prospect, and if you haven't quite figured out who that interested prospect is for yourself, I highly recommend going to watch our other video on red oceans and blue oceans, which I will link down in the description of this YouTube video, so you can go and check that out. So the first big tip that I like to do whenever I start my meetings off is that the first sentence that I will say to them is, "What brings you to me today?" And this sentence has a lot of intricacies to it. Number one is that when you are on your call with your prospect, you don't want to assume, because you know what they say about assuming. And so by starting off with this question, even if you feel like you know everything about this person, if you feel like you know exactly why they're coming to you, like, Ben, I only sell one thing, they could only possibly be coming to me for one thing. Well, you don't know that. And so by asking this question, it paints them into a corner where they have to divulge that information to you. And so, this question phrased in a particular way. So by asking it like, hey, what brings you to me today? Well, they wouldn't hop on a call with you and not tell you what brings them to you today. They wouldn't just say like, oh, hey, well, I was hoping to just like so and so. Like, they have to answer that question, because it would look silly if they didn't tell you why they came to you on a call with you today. So by asking that question, it then puts you in the advantageous position where you are the one starting off with the information. My next tip after that, and this tip is usually implemented right after my first tip, is to meet the individual where they're at. And now what do I mean by this? A mistake that I see a lot of online business owners make is that they feel like they have to like sell a whole bunch of packages. They'll structure their business to where like they have these like bronze, silver, and maybe even gold tier packages. And like these packages will be like what they think that their prospect wants. And while like you maybe even find yourself in a position where like, yeah, maybe these sort of packages are like maybe what you find that most people want. Maybe you did do a lot of research to find out like, yeah, this is what most people want. However, you don't want to sell to most people. You want to sell to all the people that come to you. And so that's where meeting your individual where they're at comes into play. This is why a lot of online agencies will offer like custom contracts, because you don't want to find yourself in a position where you're trying to fit your customer into a cookie cutter package. You want to fit yourself into the problems of your customer. That is much more easier than trying to fit your customer into your own mold. Now, what might this look like? You might find yourself in a position where your package includes like maybe 5 things, but your customer only wants 3 out of 5 of those things. And so you might be in a position where you say like, oh, hey, what if I offered you 3 out of 5 of those things and I cut the price appropriately? You make them that offer, that's very reasonable, and they say yes because of that. And that is meeting the customer where they're at, because maybe they're a step ahead of the game than most people. And so that is a great example of like you adjusted for the individual that has come to you. So that has gotten you a sale. And that you find will be most people that come to you for services. Something really interesting is that when most people are going through the drive-thru of McDonald's, or even when like McDonald's in general, most of the McDonald's orders are custom orders. They're not just an item off of the menu. And you'll find that your own business is going to work the exact same way. You might have services, you might have offers that are available on sales funnels or websites that you have, but the advantage that you're going to find is meeting that customer where they're at and offering them something for the unique position that they find themselves in. And the last tip I got for you guys is, above all else, keep the interests of your clients and of your customers above your own. And I know that this might sound like a really, really obvious one. However, when I find that a lot of online entrepreneurs who are starting off, because a business is so expensive to start off with, the mindset then goes to making their first sale. And when you're completely tunnel focused on creating a sale, creating some sort of income, then that shows. It will 100% show in whether it be like your body language, the words and vocabularies that you speak in. It will show in some sort of way. And if you take the other route of like, hey, I'm 100% focused on serving, I'm 100% focused on getting results, testimonials, whatever, these things will lead to sales. The money will come. It always does. And that's what I mean by keeping the interests of others, of your clients, above your own. And so these are the strategies. These 3 things are the strategies I use in my own business, and these are the things that have led to me getting clients and getting testimonials and getting profit for my own business. If you have any other questions, if you have any sort of specific circumstances that you would like to ask me about, leave them down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video.